This video demonstrates how to print student mark reports, mark labels, and report cards using the WebTess Grades component. To print the student mark reports, go to Grades, Reports, Student Mark Report. Select the students you want to print. In this example, I will choose a few students from a file. Then select the report periods that you want to print on the report. And then select the report period containing the comments to be printed. Then click OK. Now the report is printed, and there is a page break between each student. You click Print to send the report to the printer. Many schools print student mark labels to be attached to a student's permanent record. To print mark labels, go to Grades, Reports, Student Mark Labels. Select the students you want to print, then select the report periods to be printed. Depending on the size of the labels you use, you can fit from 1 to 6 report periods of marks. Click Continue. Next, you can enter the optional report title, and then choose the options for the report. You can select to print the student's legal name instead of their usual name. You can select to print the name printed over 2 lines. This is sometimes required if you are printing on narrow labels. You can select to print the student ID, the external number or pen number, the student grade level, the student's home form and gender. Other options include printing the school name and the academic year, and select to print the marks exactly as they are entered into grades, or print them translated into their letter grades, or both. You can select to print the course credits and the total days absent and total lates on the bottom of the report. Then you choose the label that you're going to print the marks on. Depending on the size of the labels you use, you can fit from 1 to 6 report periods of marks. Selection of these options may be limited by the size of the label used. Most schools use a large 4-inch by 3-inch label, but you can select from any of the labels listed. But not all of the information can fit on the small labels. First, let's see how the labels look on the 5164 shipping labels. Click OK. And here's the report. As you can see, the labels show the courses, the marks and letter grades, the total credits, absences, and lates at the bottom. Now we'll print the report again on a different size label, going to Grades, Reports, and Student Mark Labels. I'll choose the same students. This time I will print on the 5163 shipping labels, which are 4 inches by 2 inches. Then click OK. As you can see on this report, all the information is printed. However, because the labels are shorter, some students require 2 labels in order to fit all of their course information. I'll do another example under Reports, Student Mark Labels, choosing the same group of students, but I'm going to choose a different label with only room for 1 report period. I will choose the 5160 address label, and I'll change the setting to Letter Landscape, and then click OK. And you can see on this, the labels are much narrower and there's a limited amount of space for the marks and the letter grades on the report card. Now we'll print report cards. The report cards have a number of options that would allow you to customize the appearance of the report for your school. We'll print a few as examples. We go to Grades, Reports, Report Card. Select the students you want to print. In this example, I'm going to choose some students from a file again. Then you select the report periods that you want to print and the report period that contains the comments to be printed, and click OK. The report cards are printed as a PDF file, and here's how the report cards appear. Now I'll go back and show you the options for the report card settings. Go to Grades, Setup, Report Card Setup. In the Title section, you can enter a title which will be printed at the top of the report card. You can check the box to select if the student's name and address are printed on the report card, along with the title for the addressee. You can type in anything in the memo section and it is printed at the bottom of the report card. Often this is used to make announcements to parents or to indicate when the school may be closed for spring break or other holiday. Under School Details, you can enter the school name and address, which will be printed at the top of the report card. You can also enter text for up to 2 signature lines, or leave them blank if you don't want to use them. In the Graphics section, you can upload image files which can be printed on the report card at the top left corner, at the top right corner, and the bottom right corner. Click Choose File to upload an image from your PC. In the Options section, you can select the details which will be printed in the Student Header section of the report card. You can also set the paper size, the margins, and whether the report is printed in portrait or landscape. Finally, under the Advanced section, you can select options to print the calculated GPA, the percent average, the cumulative GPA, the course credits, and you can accumulate total credits on the transcripts and calculate GPA using the transcript report periods. Let's save these options, and we can go back to the report card to see how they appear. I'm going to print a report card for one individual student, and click OK, and then OK to continue. Here you can see the images printed in each corner of the page, and the student details in the header. Notes for any students are printed before the courses. Then the marks and comments are printed for each course. Then the signature lines, the memo, and the address for the student. In this example, the percentage average GPA and cumulative GPA are printed after all the courses and marks.